Okay, this is Miss Kyler, and I'm going to talk to you today about the Aristotelian Appeals. And they're called the Aristotelian Appeals because Aristotle was the one who actually came up with this idea. They're also known as the rhetorical appeals. So we're going to be working on analyzing arguments and seeing how people convince other people to take action or to do something or change the way they think. So the three different ways you can do this is through logos, ethos, and pathos. So here are the ways to convince your audience or how other people convince their audiences. So one of the things they can use is ethos. That's very important because that's the writer's credibility. So in this case, the writer has had the experience or establishing that they've had the experience that they need to talk about the topic, or else they have the knowledge they need to talk about the topic, or else they're using information from experts. So they're borrowing the credibility of other people. For example, if you're making a claim that something's healthy for you or something's going to help you not get sick, you could borrow the credibility of a very well-renowned doctor or medical person who's expressing that information. Logos is logical reasoning. So in this case, you're claiming that it makes sense to do this because, and you're showing the link between one idea and the other, and you're avoiding any false logic. And pathos is you're appealing to the audience's emotions. So with pathos, you're appealing to the idea of there's certain universal fears and desires that people have, like people want to fit in, people want to be healthy, people are afraid of the dark. So whatever you feel like people care about their children, they do not want to be thought of as mean people, or they want to be thought of as socially responsible people. So you can appeal to those universal feelings and convince people to take action. And there's a little saying there, it says, rhetoric is the art of ruling the minds of men. So if you can convince people in a logical, ethical, and emotional way, you have a lot of control to push forward your own ideas. So let's just do a little practice here. So here we would name the appeal. So here we see a baby buy a tire. So what are they trying to do? They're trying to get you to buy a certain kind of tire, right? So this says Michelin because so much is riding on your tires. So what are they trying to do? They're saying, if you buy these tires, then you care about your baby's safety. So that's an emotional appeal. That's pathos. Here, the name of the appeal used here. Here it says it's #1 brand recommended by dentists. So they're trying to get you to buy a certain kind of toothbrush. So they say new soft tongue cleaner, extra clean. So there's pathos there because extra clean, we want our teeth to be clean. We want our teeth to be healthy. The bright colors appeal to our emotions. We want the white light to get rid of all our gum disease, right? We want to get rid of that red. So it's recommended by dentists, so that would be ethos. So we have both the pathos, which is the emotions, we want to have clean teeth, and the ethos, we trust dentists to know what's good for our teeth. So here, let's look at this picture. In a violent family, everyone could be a victim. So if you look at that, they're actually trying to convince people not to be cruel to animals, and that we need to, if people are being cruel to animals, that they could also be cruel to people, right? So animal abuse is something that we need to think about. So one, there's that emotional appeal. Do you see the shadow of the person in the background looking very scary? The sad looking dog. We don't want anyone in our family to be victims, so that's our emotions, right? Also it's logic. So logos, because it says it makes sense that if someone is going to be cruel to other people, they will also be cruel to animals. Or if they're cruel to animals, they would also be cruel to people because they have no respect for life. Also, a little bit of the credibility, the ethos, in the fact that we respect the Humane Society as a company or an organization that knows what they're talking about when it comes to animals. So we have both the pathos and the logos. In addition, we also have the ethos, all in that one little advertisement. Okay, so you wouldn't let your child smoke. Like smoking, eating meat increases the risk of heart disease and cancer. Go vegan. So this is from PETA, and they're wanting you to go vegan. They want you to eat vegan. So here they're using logos and they're saying, comparing two things, like eating meat is the same as smoking. So if you let your kid eat bologna, then you would also let them smoke. That would be an example of false logic. Okay, it doesn't necessarily follow that the same parent who would give their kid some lunch meat would also hand them a big cigar to smoke, right? Also, there are, I'm not a medical expert, but I can think that there's a difference between letting your kid eat meat and letting them smoke from an early age. And most likely, the parent would not be letting the kid smoke. So they're using false logic. They're playing on your fears. So that's some ethos and some pathos and logos that they're trying to pull in there. And PETA, some people trust it, but they've lost some of their credibility in the fact that some people view them as a little too extremist. So, that one is debatable. So here, this one is where they're making an appeal using these different logos, ethos, and pathos, but not doing it in an extremely ethical way. Here, I never thought smoking would do this. And this is Terry, age 52, diagnosed at 40 with throat cancer in North Carolina. You can quit, talk with your doctor for help. So here they're trying to convince people to stop smoking. So what are they doing here? One, they have the logos, they have the actual demonstration. Here is the proof, the evidence that smoking is bad for you. I am someone, and then she's saying it, so she has credibility. She's experienced it herself. So Terry is the ethos here. And the emotion, we don't want that. We have fear of that. So we don't want that to happen. So I'm going to stop smoking because I don't want to turn out to look like that. So both the logos, ethos, and pathos, and here they're doing it much more ethically than the previous one. So I want you to just kind of go back and review logos, ethos, and pathos, and then we're going to do an exercise where you recognize those in the reading that I give you. Okay? Bye.